Hi guys, it's Kona
Um,
Girl 5 here, and today I'm with a friend named Roger. Say hi, Roger.
Hello.
And today we're gonna watch the legendary kelpie of Scotland. So we are gonna enjoy this, right? Hopefully. Okay, let's go.
Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
No.
The Kelpie.
The following story is based on a submission from V in Scotland. Until I was 13 years old, I lived in a small village in Scotland. It was a very peaceful and serene area with a gentle river not too far away. I lived in a house with my mother and grandmother. I'd never met my father. I figured he left the family before I was born. Neither my mother nor grandmother ever talked about him, so I never really asked about him. It was the morning before my 13th birthday. My mom came into my room and sat on my bed. She jokingly asked if I wanted a unicorn for my birthday. Like most little girls, I had a horse phase, but I was slowly growing out of it. So I just told her that I'd love some more books. There
Look at the
actually
poster in
was
the background.
something that I
So
wanted
evil.
for my birthday, but I didn't think my mom would
Say that again?
The poster in the background is so evil.
I know, right?
be happy about it. I'd be fine with just the books. I loved to read, after all. One of my favorite things to do was go out into the nearby forest, lean against my favorite tree, and read a book. And that's what I did later that day. I tucked my copy of Where
Totally
the
not
Red Fern
sketchy.
Grows under my arm and walked to my spot. I was lost in my book for maybe 15 minutes when I was interrupted by a sound. It sounded like the neigh of a horse. I thought it was really odd, so I decided to see where it was coming from. It led me to the river. Standing by the water was the most beautiful and majestic white horse I'd ever seen.
Is it me or does that
Its
horse look
coat
a
was
little evil?
smooth and shiny, its mane was long and luxurious. It turned its sparkling black eyes toward me.
That totally doesn't sound evil at all.
I don't know.
Just its black eyes shivering him. No, just no. Okay, let's continue.
And I felt compelled to go closer. I know it sounds strange, but 12-year-old me felt as if the horse was asking me to ride it. I didn't hear the words, but I felt it inside me. It was so weird. I continued to approach the magnificent beast when I heard my mother's voice, not in my head, but echoing among the trees. I
Sketchy.
snapped out of my trance and began to walk back home, bidding the mysterious horse goodbye. At the dinner table, I told my family about the horse that I saw. They both stopped and looked at me. Are you sure it was a horse that you saw? My mother asked. The
Are
forest
you
can play tricks
delusional?
on your eyes. I'm positive it was a horse,
Sketchy.
I replied. It was so beautiful. What do you think it was doing out there?
Did you eat the
I don't know
mushrooms
what
in the
it was you
bush?
saw, but you should probably stay away from the river. It's not safe. I remember feeling really confused and frustrated by their response to my experience. Why didn't they just believe me? The next morning, I woke up to my mom singing happy birthday to me in my
Happy
room.
birthday to
She said my
you.
grandma had gone into town for a special birthday surprise, so we would celebrate when she got back. My mom asked me what I wanted to do while we waited, and I told her that I was really close to finishing my book and just wanted to do that. So I went back to my favorite spot and began to read.
Her favorite
Moments later,
sport.
I heard someone calling my name. V. Hey, V. I looked up,
Hey.
and there was a kind-looking woman, possibly in her 20s, peering from around a tree. You're Douglas's daughter, no? I cocked
That's
my
not
head at her in
creepy.
disbelief and replied, How did you know? She smiled warmly and gestured for me to follow her. He wanted you to have this for your 13th birthday. Come, now. I knew I wasn't supposed to follow strangers deeper into
Come
the
to my
forest. I
free
knew that.
candy.
But she knew who I was, so maybe she wasn't a complete stranger. I closed my book and followed her.
If you don't
She
know them,
led me
don't
to
follow
the same
them.
clearing by the river I was at yesterday. And there
That's
it
obvious,
was,
isn't it?
the same white horse. It's all yours, dear. Happy birthday.
Happy
The
birthday.
horse seemed to nod its head at me, almost as if reassuring me that, yes, all of this was true. My father was out there somewhere and sent this horse as my birthday gift. I had so many unanswered questions, but in that moment, all of my concerns sort of drifted away. The only thought on my mind was that I needed to ride that horse.
Ride
It was
that
even more
horse.
gorgeous up close. As if under a spell, my hand reached out to stroke its mane. But after one stroke, I realized something was very wrong. My hand was stuck. It wouldn't come off.
Oh,
While I
God.
frantically tried to pry it off, I heard the woman laughing maniacally
fuck?
behind me. Then
That is
suddenly,
messed up.
a gunshot. I turned around to see the woman's body on the ground morph into the body of a dead black horse.
Oh my
And
god!
a few feet away was my grandmother,
Why are they
aiming a
all
gun
horses?
right at me with a cake box at her feet. Please forgive me, V. Now hold still. I ducked my head and felt liquid fire tear through my fingers. She had shot my hand.
Ooh.
I grabbed my bleeding digits with my other hand and screamed wildly. But I was free. I ran toward my grandmother while the horse's body began to shrivel
Ew.
and fall into the river.
Ew.
After my grandmother had
Okay,
bandaged my
Luna
hand and I
VR,
had calmed
shut up
down,
and-
I asked her what the hell happened back there. I am so sorry, V, she said, but I had no choice. That kelpie was going to drag you into the river and drown you. Kelpie? What's a kelpie? They're malicious horses that live near the water.
No kidding.
They can shapeshift into human beings to try and trick you into riding their sticky bodies. That's actually how your father died.
Dang.
I took a moment to let that new information sink in. But why didn't we move?
So wait, question. Was that gun for her birthday?
No, I don't think so.
That'd be an interesting birthday present. No one you did.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, so let's continue.
Why didn't we leave this area? Because we didn't want to believe that's what happened, V, my mother cried. We moved to the city shortly after, far away from any large body of water. I may have lost a piece of me that day, but I also got my birthday wish. I finally learned the truth.
Dang.
Was this based on a true story?
No,
Thank you
that
to
was
all
based
of our
off a submitted
patrons. If
story.
you'd like to join our VIP program,
Oh.
visit patreon.com/smile.
That's
Want
it.
more Something Scary? You can hear more stories over on the Something Scary
Toodles,
podcast,
Sapphire.
available